Kelly has gotten since winning the TOC last Sunday, and good folks over there at CBS had it on in the morning show, and ESPN took her through the what's the term they use with it? The car wash?
The car wash, yes.
Find a show, put her on the show.
She got so big, I didn't even want to have her on the BS report. I didn't want to get turned down. My podcast.
No. We could have put in a good word for her. Here's all the media appearances. She's available next week if you want to get her on the podcast.
I don't like to get turned down. What's that, the 410? I'm guessing.
210.
210.
It's close.
Got half of it. And here's the struggles that I saw in practice. Bill O'Neill moves in, gets the ball just a bit wide of target, and that was the penalty that you paid this week on this Dick Weber oil pattern.
Maybe a little intimidating when Pete steps in there.
Let me add to it.
Open frame there for O'Neill. This is 4th top 25 finish of the season, but all those finishes have been in the top 3. You know, he's won once, a third, and now what's in store for he and his fiancée, Christy White. The two of them going to get married in May. Off week for the PBA next week, so Bill and Christy are going to go back home to PA and
it's a good job by Bill there.
Do some wedding planning, some cake tasting. Good use of your time. You sent your condolences to him already, didn't you?
I congratulated him, and I gave him condolences as well.
Here's Weber, bottom of the 3rd.
You gotta let the ball go, Pete. You gotta let the ball go.
You hear Pete saying you got to let it go. And the problem with that is if you let it go and it's just a pinch wide of target, you do what Bill O'Neill did, and that's leaving a 210. So it's real easy to grab it just a pinch at the bottom of the swing and have that happen.
Back to live action. Pete takes care of that spare, and here is Pete talking about the importance of his wife, Tracy.
She means everything to me because she keeps me motivated. She keeps me in a positive frame of mind. And when she's not with me, I think I lack that. I think I lack a little thinking part. But she always keeps me motivated. She's always there for me regardless. I mean, I think she gets more mad at the pins than I do.
Pete's got something brown on his nose here today. It's a big suck-up job to the missus. I'm impressed.
Randy was touched. He touched my knees. That was happening.
He does that often.
What a beautiful shot.
Off your hand.
So Tracy with something to blow. She's got her game face on right now. Pete Weber up 12. The conclusion of Weber O'Neill when the PBA on ESPN returns live. Welcome you back to live coverage of the one-a-day Dick Weber Open. Pete Weber just struck there in the 5th, and it has been a struggle since we left you for Bill O'Neill. A spare in the 4th, an open frame in the 5th. This one slipping away from him as Weber leads by 37 to begin the 6th.
It got super awkward there with the open frame. It's one thing I didn't expect here at a live event was how awkward it gets if something bad happens. Everybody's just kind of like, ooh.
Bill O'Neill, he's lost out there on the oil patterns right now, Randy. But Pete Weber is not.
Yeah, he really is. It's coming down to the difference of 2 ball rolls. Pete Weber has much more side rotation than Bill O'Neill. Bill O'Neill's more of an up-the-back guy. And because of the difference in rolls, Pete Weber's bowling ball is reading the oil pattern better than Bill O'Neill's.
Oh, we're in hand bone range for
Nicky, I
Pete
hope
Weber.
you're feeling good.
And Pete Weber is bowling with an attitude right now as well, Randy. And I get the feeling that's when he bowls best. Bill O'Neill's ready to pack it up and go home.
Yeah, he's lost. And again, you know, it all boils down to ball reaction. You talk about Pete Weber feeling it, bowling with an attitude. Well, you also have to have a good look to get your ball to the pocket. If you don't have that, I don't care who you are, there's not going to be an attitude.
I got to say, bowling and golf, as a casual fan, are the 2 sports you can most identify with. When it goes wrong, you'd be like, oh, I've had that feeling. I've had that look on my face.
Without question. And the 2 sports are very similar. All right, let's take a look again at ball rotation. Now watch the form of Bill O'Neill. Look at his hand and how much up the back he is at release. Very forward, more end over end roll. There's a great shot of it right there. Now watch Pete Weber's hand rotate around the ball at the point of release. See the fingers off to the side? Right there. Now, because he has more side rotation, his ball can cover more ground down the lane.
That's got a hook, no?
O'Neal leaves the 10 in the 7th.
All right, I got to ask Randy about Pete's sunglasses. What's the advantage of wearing sunglasses during a bowling event?
Well, you know, it's bright lights, man. It's the big stage, bright lights, and sometimes there's a glare on the lane. You know, there's oil out on that synthetic lane surface, and for a guy like Pete Weber, he doesn't like to see any glare. He doesn't like the bright lights, and it's something that has been a trademark of his for many, many years. He's been very successful with the sunglasses.
How many guys do it?
He's the only one.
Really?
Just let it off your hand. That's all you gotta do. Let it off.
Take a look at the other finishers this week. Jack the Ripper Jurek in 8th. Norm Duke in 10th. Here's Pete Weber in the 7th, looking for 4 in a row. Right back at you, PD Dub.
Especially for
Best
you,
handbone
Rob
sign of the
Stone.
year, by the way.
Especially
Good
for you.
job, Fountain Valley. PDW is back, people.
He name dropped Rob, and Rob is bright red,
Oh, man.
blushing right now with
Ball
love,
on that lane.
affection.
This is the best day ever.
Better move.
Looking for the veal chop.
The Pentagon.
Nice. Will not get 5 in a row there.
And again, you just saw how sensitive the oil pattern is. That was a pretty good shot. That was just maybe an inch right of where he can get it, and he pays the price with a 2-8-10. Not a lot of room, not a lot of mistake area on the lane. I mean, this looks good the whole way, and it just hydroplanes.
You know, Rob, since the result here seems like it's a foregone conclusion, I'd urge everyone to go on YouTube and look at some of Randy's old hairdos and mustaches from the 80s and 90s. If you have 5 minutes to spare.
Which you did last
There's some
night.
good ones. Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Really, Bill? Really? Really? You had to go there?
Bill, what was your favorite YouTube clip, by the way?
Well, I watched the worst break in PBA history, which you actually collapsed like you were shot. I mean, it's unbelievable.
O'Neal with the
Why
strike
was
in
that
the
such?
8th.
So 1995, you basically need a strike and 6 pins to win.